Issue 13. Life is never stale as long as you have Eat Cake in Fancy Dresses Wednesdays, which is great news for She-Hulk since work and love have been a bit underwhelming as of late, especially in the love department, which becomes a point of tension in this issue. Not necessarily confusing for us, the readers. It's more like an eye opener for Jennifer, though. Let me explain. Patsy asks Jennifer, "How's Jack?" Jack, you remember Jack, right? Jack of Hearts, came back from the death, won over She Hulk's heart, and more recently, gave up his humanity to save She Hulk from the Booth couple, the same couple who kidnapped her to steal her Hulkness. Yeah, that Jack. Well, Jennifer's answer was, "He's fine." Why is that? Well, because they're currently on a Rogue/Gambit dating stage. Jack is still trying to figure out his powers, and for now, they're not able to even touch. They're just hanging out. Patsy felt Jennifer was rather distracted, so, in a very bold manner, she asked Jennifer if she was seeing someone else. Because, they're girls, besties. Eat Cake in Fancy Dresses is a judge-free zone. Patsy just felt that something was off. Without saying anything, Jennifer realized that she's been spending all her recent nights, quote-unquote, fighting or trying to catch that elusive and handsome but annoying thief. If she were to make a list of what might be considered seeing someone else, this might check some of those boxes. Whether she intended to or not, Jennifer was spending her time trying to catch this stranger or thinking about him or how to catch him, and that made her uncomfortable. So much so, she didn't feel like disclosing any details about this other man with Patsy. Speaking of the devil, she spots him just outside her window. Jennifer sprung up and left Patsy to follow this man. Who knows? Maybe this time she finally catches him in the act. And to her surprise, he was actually trying to lure her out. Jennifer was all business, of course, but once again, this man was charming enough to convince her to do a parlay of sorts. No fighting, no stealing, let's just talk for once. She-Hulk was annoyed, but she begrudgingly accepted to hear him out. After all, this man was a total mystery, so they went for a stroll at the park, looking like two characters from a rom-com. Kinda like he planned it, because he absolutely did. This is when we find out this man's name is Nicholas and his code name is the Scoundrel. Not only is he a thief, but he's also a stalker, and he's here to make a proposition to She-Hulk. Long story short, Nicholas wanted to date Jennifer. He thought she felt the same way, and the proof, according to this guy, was all the nights they had spent sparring and playing cat and mouse. He's trying to imply that Jennifer was leading him onto this perception, but Jennifer was like, "Nah, that was not on my mind at all." So she tried to detain him, but once again, the scoundrel proves to be too elusive for the green lady in the purple dress. The middle of this issue, I don't really have to go too much into it. Jennifer and Mallory had another clash about the law firm. They have taken way too many clients since they opened the floodgates to the supers, and now they can't handle the workload. The problem, according to Mallory, is that there are no other law firms doing superhero law. So, when heroes, villains, mutants, sorcerers, or anyone else in those communities have legal issues, they have nowhere else to go. So, here they are with a good problem to solve. Jennifer is willing to work more hours as long as she can continue to do Eat Cake in Fancy Dresses on Wednesdays. She'll continue to work for Mallory. The ending of the issue is pretty sad, or maybe bittersweet if sad isn't the right word. Jennifer and Jack are working around the obstacles in their relationship while trying their best to keep the flame alive, or what's left of it currently. Jack is spending his time clearing up nuclear waste wherever he can, and then meditating to control all that energy he absorbed. At the same time, he confessed he dropped off from college altogether. He felt completely out of place, and he couldn't relate to anyone from his classes or even their poetry. In the middle of their conversation, Jack had to take off to shoot all that power surplus into the sun so he could return back to normal. Whatever normal means now, because there's absolutely nothing normal about them as individuals or together as a couple.